And we have some new reporting today, Axios' Jonathan Swan, about a profound plan that's in the works if Donald Trump were to be reelected and to become president again. And I think when you look at that state of mind, the idea that he's saying in those outtakes, I'm not going to concede that I haven't won, it gets to this, the potential that if he were to return to power, he would actually be thinking ahead with a number of plans that could be quickly implemented that go to these ideas like maximum executive power, the potential for revenge, the potential for politicization.
Margaret, I'm so glad you brought that up because I found that reporting in Axios from Jonathan Swan important, very important for all voters to hear and chilling. And so I just want to read a portion of that right now for everyone. Former President Trump's top allies are preparing to radically reshape the federal government if he is reelected, purging potentially thousands of civil servants and filling career posts with loyalists to him and his America First ideology. The impact could go well beyond typical conservative targets, such as the EPA or the IRS. Trump allies are working on plans that would potentially strip layers at the Justice Department, including the FBI, and reaching into national security, intelligence, the State Department, and the Pentagon. Nick, this is what is being planned right now. This is because President Trump wants to run again, and this is what it would look like in the country. I think it's important for people to know that.
Absolutely. I mean, this should be publicized. People should know what they're going to be getting if they nominate Donald Trump to be president and he wins, which is why I think it's all the more important to bring him to justice on the evidence that they have. I mean, it's pretty clear to me, at least on the federal side, that they have got the makings or the beginning of a case that has to be investigated and put before a grand jury. You know, one of the things that's not being said is that the committee has not used its immunity power. And as far as we know, the Department of Justice hasn't used its immunity power. Somebody has got to make some judgments with respect to the people in that Warwick Hotel war room as to who is the most likely person who's going to sing if he's granted immunity. I mean, there's tools out there that they can use to put more evidence together and put more pressure and to come up with a prosecutable case on Donald Trump.
Ellie, what do you tell the people who watched both impeachment hearings, who learned about the Mueller report, watched the hearings, the long list of elements surrounding this former president, who are skeptical that these hearings will be consequential for him?
I think there is a deep feeling of a need for some consequences for the actions that we've been hearing about. This is, at a minimum, a wild abuse of power, traitorous acts by Donald Trump. And I think a lot of people are asking the question you just asked, Victor, what's going to come of this? Because we went through the Mueller report, the Mueller investigation, which reached a prosecutorially unsatisfying conclusion, in part because Robert Mueller pulled his punches, in part because Bill Barr and Donald Trump's DOJ fixed it for him. What is Merrick Garland going to do now? I think Nick raises a good question about the political impetus, but also just the legal and moral impetus that now sits with Merrick Garland. So, Victor, I think that's part of the reason people are so riveted by this, because the story is so compelling. But what we don't yet have a satisfactory answer to is what are the consequences?